Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Today I'm finally going to be taking a look at my McFarlane Toys Custom Superman. And I know that this has been such a long time coming, and the reason it actually got delayed because I was, like I said, I originally was going to do this at the end of July, but that Superman and Ultraman 2-pack came out, and I was like, okay, I want to try to use those parts and pieces, and then it ended up getting delayed for me, so I didn't get it until the beginning of August, so that's why. And then obviously trying to piece it together, figuring out the formula of how I wanted this to look and everything. I tried to be as classic as possible, and then I couldn't get the crotch piece right, because I tried, like if I bring in the 2-pack Superman, you can see I literally had to cut his crotch piece, which I'm going to glue that back together and fix it. But I tried to put that on here, and those legs that I have on here, the Ultraman legs, just do not cooperate with that crotch piece. I tried using so many different, I tried customizing, I tried all sorts of different things to get the crotch piece right, his trunks and all that, and I couldn't get it to the way that I wanted. And then I was looking at the Rebirth stuff that I have, and I'm like, let's make a more, Rebirth-ish inspired kind of Superman and do it right this time. So this is what it turned out to be. And I will obviously go over the formula and everything, but the only things that are actually customized on the figure are the lower legs, and then obviously the cape being a new piece. But other than that, this is all purely kit bash, which is so awesome and so exciting. This was what I wanted to do, because that's why I didn't make a video with that other Superman whenever I had it before. If you go back to before obviously showing off this figure, anytime that you do see this figure appear, he always had the page punchers, legs and trunks on and that stuff. And I liked that. I really did like that version that I had of him, but I had to paint the legs to match the blue and all that stuff. And I liked that idea that I had for it, and I liked the proportions and everything that gave off. But I wanted to kit bash, I wanted to make a purest form as much as I possibly could, so that it just was, as purest as could possibly be for my own collection. But also because I know a lot of you guys wanted to see this figure, so I wanted to try to make it, as achievable as possible for anyone who wants to give it a go out there. So the cape, I do know for a fact, this was a GPS lock cape, and it actually has been discontinued from what I can tell on their eBay page, which is super unfortunate because I love this cape and I absolutely would have bought several more, to be honest with you. But there's definitely other Superman capes that you can get out there. I just really like this cape, and unfortunately it has been discontinued because I also liked the way that I was able to get it to glue and rest on his torso up here. It actually looks like it sits flush, and it looks very nice. I did use a matte coat on the face, so his face wasn't as shiny. The head and then the upper torso are from the Action Comics 1000 Superman. The mid-torso, which is why he looks actually beefy and not super thin at the waist, the mid-torso, the arms, minus the wrist joints and the hands, are all from the Rebirth Superman. Oh, and then the trunks piece is also from the Rebirth Superman, the one that was not that great, but was good for fodder pieces, so I'm happy that I was able to get that figure. The upper legs and knees, and the actual lower legs, aside from the boots, are from the Ultraman from the 2-pack that just came out. Why is he not standing now? Are from that 2-pack, and then the boots themselves are from that Superman from that same pack. And what I had to do, which you can kind of see it in there, I'm not a big fan of how the lower legs look inside the boots. I wish that I could have gotten them to look a little thicker, but all I did was just cut off, I literally heated up and just cut off the boots of the Rebirth Superman's legs, and then put the, wait, hold on, where did these boots come from? These boots were they from that pack? Yes, I think they were. Maybe? No, because then they would have been, I don't know. These boots were also from that pack. Was it Rebirth Superman that had them? I don't know. Whatever it was, the whole entirety of the legs are from that pack. And then the hands and the wrist pegs are from the movie Shazam. So as a result of that, you could have fists, or I can pop off and put on these sort of flight hands, whatever you want to call them. If I could actually get the wrist to pop off. There we go. Come on. There we go. I'll do it off camera. But it just easily slides off, and just plug the hand on. Easily slides. There we go. So obviously with that, I can get him, reaching out. I can have him doing flight poses, all that good stuff. And then the only thing that is kind of a bummer about this, other than the fact that, like, I really wish that I could have gotten the boots to be just a little bit better, is that all the hands and stuff that came with that 2-pack, the skin tone doesn't really match up, unfortunately. But honestly, it's, like, close enough. You really could get away with it. So I could put the flight hands or the pointing hand, all that stuff on this Superman. And I think it would look fine. But I really am happy with how this turned out, especially the torso itself, because the Action Comics 1000 Superman, I never realized it until I was trying to put this together using the Ultraman legs. That mid-torso just shrunk down too much. So, like, if I straighten him out right here, show you guys a front angle specifically. Obviously, with the Action Comic 1000 torso, upper torso, and then the Rebirth mid-torso, he just looks beefy. He looks bigger. He looks like a farm boy from Kansas. You know what I mean? So he just looks really good. Like, I love the proportions that I was able to get out of this figure. I wish that like I said, I wish the legs could have been a little bit bigger down in the knees and then the lower legs, but honestly, I think it's fine for what it is as of right now. Maybe, sometime down the line we'll get something that I think I might be able to, like, switch out for it, but as of right now, I think it's fine. Honestly, I was gonna say I may even try to, like, switch out the Page Puncher's legs, but those boots are too dark. They would match with the logo, so maybe it'll work, but we'll just have to see. I'll futz around with it. I'm sure this figure, he is complete for now, but I'm not going to say that he's complete, period. And then for a comparison of just, a normal non-customized Superman, here is the 2-pack Doomsday Superman, which I love this figure, by the way. I don't know what it is. I think the proportions of this Superman are kind of growing on me, and I think it's because I have the option of having the, this Superman versus having the short and squat kind of small-legged Superman. And I really think I wish that Todd would do this proportion-wise. Like this, you got the parts for it, Todd, you could do it. I think that it would look beautiful and amazing if you did that, but I do like this 2-pack Superman. I think that, I like that I have a classic Superman and a more modern Superman. I think they look really cool next to each other. I could definitely have some crossover stuff going on, but he also looks good if I bring in the rest of the Justice League. Here's a teaser of my next custom video that I'm going to do, and that is of the Nightfall Batman, but in black. And I think these two look great. Obviously, it's a little jarring to have Batman with the trunks and then Superman not with the trunks, but I don't know. I kind of like it. I think it looks pretty cool. And then bringing in Jean, who I did the Blue Beetle ankle mod to make him taller, I think this looks really good too. Obviously, Clark might be a little bit bigger than everybody else, but honestly, that's not a big issue for me because the normal Supermans are smaller than everybody else for whatever reason. So I'm glad that my custom's a little bit bigger because it's Superman. Like, it's okay that he's larger than life because he is larger than life. You know what I mean? And then here he is next to the Nightfall Batman, which I repainted the head to give him my personal comic look for Batman. And I really like how these two look together as well. Obviously, it's kind of a classic modern kind of clashing here, but I think it looks cool. And then here he is with Barry, and I think these two look really good together. I like that Barry, he's not, as beefy, and he's not as tall as Clark, so I think that works very well. Then let's swap him out real quick for Arthur with the Barry head, obviously, but, my custom one that I made. And we really need a updated Arthur, because his arms are just too small. The proportions on him are just real wonky. But I think for now, I think he's serviceable. So, yeah, there's really nothing else that I can say about it. I showed you guys what he looks like with the League. I went over, everything that I had to do. I did have to, heat up and... Oh, wait, that's what I had to do. Okay, so there actually is one other customization thing that I had to do. For the torso, I had to take the peg from the Rebirth one, since it's longer than the Action Comics 1000. I had to drill into the torso of the Action Comics 1000 to get that to sit in there. But I didn't have to glue it or anything. I literally just heated it up and then just popped it in there, and it was fine, so... But, I still have all the range out of it and everything, so I forgot to show you guys that. But, yeah, he's got crazy-ass range, which I wish that we could get that for McFarlane figures. I don't know why that they just don't give us as much torso range as they could, because they absolutely could. It's such an easy thing that they could give us, and they just don't. But that's all right. It's not that hard to customize. We just shouldn't have to. But I'm really proud of how this turned out. Like I said, I might futz around with the lower legs, kind of see if I could figure out something else to do with that. Because I like how it looks, especially from this angle, I think it looks fine. But you guys kind of see what I mean? It looks like his legs would fit kind of, looks like his legs would be small inside those boots. You know what I mean? but I'm proud of how this turned out, and I hope you guys like it. I know it's been such a long time of me saying that I was going to make the video, and I explained why, obviously. But hopefully, maybe I could turn this into a classic one. Maybe the more Supermans we get down the line, maybe something will just click and be perfect for it. But until now, this is perfect for me. So yeah, that's going to do it for me, and I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.